Introducing first, in the red corner, he has an amateur record of 3-0. He's representing the Regiment Training Center. Give it up for Mitch Raposo. His opponent, in the blue corner, he has an amateur record of 3-2. He's representing Redline MMA. Let's hear it for John Lessard.
Here we go. Flyweight title, 5 rounds, 3 minutes apiece.
Mitch Raposo in the dark gray with the blue tinted trunks. John Lessard in the gray Reebok trunks with the black trim. We know the footwork of Mitch Raposo is incredible. John Lessard looking like he's got some good footwork of his own. Eats a quick head kick early, doesn't seem too phased.
John Lessard looking like the bigger guy here so far.
Nice body kick. Another southpaw orthodox matchup.
Absolutely.
Well, Mitch Raposo is known to switch his stance left
Mitch
and right all over the time.
His stance. I don't even know if he's left-handed or right-handed.
Excellent setup on that left hook.
That was a nice
Lessard
left hook.
eats it well. Mitch Raposo has been a little bit cautious in his last few fights. But so far tonight, he's looking like he's putting some bad intentions on these strikes, and he's setting them up nicely.
Yes, he is.
Lessard bumped him with the chest there as Raposo was coming in.
And that's what Mitch is so good at. If you run in at Mitch, he's so good at dropping back and lowering his level for that double leg. He hits it all the time.
That was quite the impact Lessard, either his hip or his chest had with Mitch Raposo's head. It snapped it back.
Yeah.
But Raposo, relentless with his takedown attempt, finds himself up against the cage with a nice single, and he scores the 2.
There's the takedown. John Wright looking to get up right away.
Trying to post, but Mitch Raposo recognizing that, controlling the wrist. Very intelligent. Trying to, oh wow, what a grip from Mitch Raposo. He's got his right arm wrapped around the back of Lessard, trapping Lessard's right arm on the ground, using his free hand to punch. Lessard in half guard, trying to get that arm free so he can post up and use it to defend. Excellent control from Mitch. And we know Mitch Raposo's top pressure is outstanding at this weight class.
So strong on top. Even though he's only 125 pounds, he feels like he's 200 pounds.
Powerful Mike Hammersmith cage side.
John Lessard just needing to get his arm back, and he does. See if he can get up now.
Well done, getting out of that bad spot. Find himself a little bit better spot. Full half guard, back against the cage. But he's still got the young phenom on top.
Ooh, he's got the lockdown with the leg. John Lessard does there.
Some people can use that to score some good reversals or some good stand-ups. Some people just like to use it to control their opponent on top, because it's an annoying feeling to that right shin of Mitch Raposo, who sneaks his leg out right there. And is going to attempt to pass, trying to slice the knee in between the guard of Lessard. Lessard's having none of it. Finds himself back in half guard. Raposo decides to pass the other way. Gets the side control.
Hopefully he gets it back. Now these are back to 3-minute rounds.
Yes, and no elbows, no heel hooks. This is an amateur fight. There will be 5 3-minute rounds. A good round.
Very
Mitch Raposo, Mitch Raposo landed some good strikes up top. He let his hands go a bit, scored a takedown, was able to control, land some good ground and pound, but we found out that Lessard is definitely capable of surviving.
Right.
Didn't take too much damage in that fight, so.
He didn't, and John Lessard, he had to expect this. Mitch is so good at taking people down with that double leg. John had to expect coming in and listen, at some point you're gonna get taken down. And he looked pretty composed off his back.
Yeah, not aggressive in terms of finishing, but all things considered, the control Raposo had, John Lessard was able to get out of that round with minimal damage. And it's a new round, and it starts on the feet, and anybody can get hit by anything. Highly anticipated matchup, delivering thus far through 3 minutes.
Two
the
great
corners
teams
exit the
going
cage.
at it.
And now the fighters are alone in the cage once again with referee Brian Miner. Round 2 about to start. Cage doors shut and locked. Round 2 out of a scheduled 5. They touch gloves in the middle. Amidst the bad blood that might be between them, there's a lot of mutual respect between these two fighters.
Absolutely.
Nice no-switch lead leg head kick from Mitch Raposo. Switching his stance again.
And there's the double leg.
Stuffed so far.
And
Hands are clasped around the knees. Lessard trying to use that underhook and power out of that. Gets a butterfly hook.
Oh.
Full guard, punches to the ribs off the back. But he doesn't want to spend too much time in this spot with Mitch Raposo on top again.
John Lessard trying to get a high guard here.
Full guard at least this round. Mitch Raposo so great, stacking up. Sees that
up.
He saw that armbar coming, got out of it.
This is Mitch's game. He loves to be on top, and there's the mount.
Cut through like a hot knife through butter to get that mount. Lessard trying to control the pressure here. His corner instructing him to use the wall. He's fallen to a hip. Almost got his half guard back. But Mitch Raposo sliding that knee through for 3/4 mount, back into full mount. Excellent top pressure and control from Mitch, who looks like he's trying to slide for an
that
arm
triangle.
He's got it against the cage.
That's tight.
He's got to get a little bit more perpendicular.
Oh,
he's
got
using
the knee on belly.
It looks like Lessard's chin is
just
out.
Barely.
We could see that on the monitor. Thank God for the monitor here.
Yeah.
But the chin is out. The head is not quite in the right position to finish this. Lessard doing a good job turning into the choke to avoid getting finished. But a better spot for Mitch Raposo now.
Now it's
minor
tight.
adjustment. That looks a lot tighter. He might need to get a little more perpendicular to Lessard to finish that. He's trying to walk his hips around. Lessard's a seasoned veteran, though. He's been in the game for a long time. And he's doing a great job defending this choke so far.
This is going to be tough.
He's trying to answer the phone. Mitch Raposo didn't quite.
Raposo bailed on it.
Raposo needed to shovel his head deeper underneath the shoulder of Lessard. Wasn't able to do so. Excellent job from John Lessard getting his full guard back after being caught in a really tough spot.
Yeah, that was actually that might have been a good call on Mitch Raposo's part. He looks like he was squeezing hard, but he wasn't getting the tap. So instead of blowing his arms out, he bailed on it.
And I think it's remarkable that he's actually going for it, but he's not doing it unintelligently. He understood that the choke wasn't there. Let's not burn the gas tank out in the arms. Let's get rid of it and find another spot to finish this fight. Excellent recognition there from Mitch Raposo. John Lessard's starting to look like he's breathing a little bit heavy here.
Yeah, he's really getting grinded on here.
And now he's got that kind of crucifix. His arm is pinned. I just love how Mitch Raposo's able to do that. Isolate the head and score some punches. He's not being cautious in this fight at all. He's controlling it, but he's looking for better positions, dominance, and big strikes, big submission attempts. Looking flawless through 2 rounds is Mitch Raposo. John Lessard hanging as tough as possible. To get out of that arm triangle takes so much grit, toughness, and technique. Showcases John Lessard is still very much in this fight.
Yeah, and John Lessard, just so far, no answer to that being on his back. It's tough. This is Mitch's game. This is what Mitch wants to do.
No answer, but lots of heart.
Right. He's not out of the fight by any means.
Got to give it up for Cassie and Kerry. A busy night ahead. There's 4 fights they got to walk in together, holding the belt up. Got the best ring girls around, I must say.
Absolutely.
High-level coaching from both of these camps, Regiment and Redline.
Yeah, 2 great camps.
Redline, a busy night tonight. It's actually the second Regiment versus Redline matchup.
Oh, it is.
Of the night.
The corners are out. Looks like he's barely even sweating.
Yeah, he's come into this camp brimming with confidence since day one. I love the mutual respect between these guys. They're both totally appreciative. There we go. I think Brian Miner said this is the final round, and they're like, no, we got 3 more. Come on,
5,
this is for the belt, baby.
Ooh,
nice inside leg kick.
And there's a body kick.
From the left leg. Ooh, nice left hand from Lessard.
Again, you can't charge in on Mitch. He will just take you down. He can take anybody down.
He landed it nice, but finds himself on his back again for his troubles of that nicely timed left hand.
It's like watching GSP fight.
Raposo very comfortable in half guard here. Got the underhook, looking to try and isolate the left arm of Lessard, possibly. Go for a Kimura. Because he's got his left arm on the opposite side of his head. Instead of scooping the head and delivering shoulder pressure, he's looking to isolate that arm. He's going to go for that arm bar. Step by step, he's looking great. Lessard recognizes it, tries to flatten out and power out of it. He does that great. Avoids
for Darce now.
Avoids the arm bar, but finds himself in a north-south position. Sits through to avoid the guillotine. Just
back and forth jiu-jitsu here.
Mitch Raposo's doing everything right to go for the finishes. It's just Lessard's so experienced, he's able to get out of it before it happens. He sees him coming, and he stays out of position. Best way to avoid getting submitted is, instead of fighting out of it, recognize when the attempt's coming, make sure you don't fall into it. Well done from Lessard on several accounts through this fight. And, you know, Mitch Raposo's not disheartened by that at all. He's still continually pressing the dominant position, looking for openings for submissions or ground and pound. I'm very much impressed with the intensity that Mitch Raposo is bringing to this title fight.
Yeah, and he's not slowing down at all. He's constantly moving.
He's not just happy with position. He's looking for finishes. And there's submissions. You know, it might not be as violent as ground and pound like that right there, but go ahead. Fight a guy with Mitch Raposo on, like a guy like Mitch Raposo on top of you, who's always going for submission after submission. Lessard, again, knowing that the neck is in jeopardy, make sure he doesn't give up the back, keeps the chin tucked, well done, but the fatigue is starting to set in. Both hooks are set for Mitch Raposo.
Stretching him out here. John Lessard trying to stack up.
Good job hand fighting, making sure that those hands don't make it underneath the neck, underneath the chin. It looks like he's trying to time an explosive spin to wind up in Mitch Raposo's guard. Oh, those heels might have hit the cup a little bit. Come on, Mitch.
Watch the cup.
I don't think he's doing it intentionally. He's just trying to do something, but it's just hitting the cup. Trying to hit the hip, which I guess is fine, but you're playing with fire right there.
Oh.
No, the
crossface there.
Yeah, crossface, nothing under the chin, but dominant control from Mitch. Slides flawlessly. He's got the neck, looks like here. Nope, never mind. And immediately slides to the arm. I love the pressure from Raposo. Lessard
going into the fourth round here.
Lessard needs to, so keys to victory for Lessard at this point, as far as I'm concerned, as we enter the championship rounds, is to swing, but stuff, sprawl and brawl. You got to sprawl first, because every time he's getting taken down, he can't get up.
Yeah,
Raposo's pressure's good. He's doing a good job surviving, but surviving's not going to win you the fight. You got 2 rounds left. You're definitely down 3. You've got to go for broke. Sprawl first, land punches. Sprawl, land punches. Time the uppercut, time a knee. Do what you got to do, but you cannot get reckless with your strikes and get taken down again. He hasn't had an answer for it so far, even though he's been surviving. Mitch Raposo, keep doing what you're doing. Searching for submission finish after submission finish, and he's not giving up on him. Just because there aren't there doesn't mean he's not trying. This is an exciting fight. This is Viper's sting with that one-shot knockout power. That's not what Mitch Raposo's doing. He's swarming him left and right, going for the throat, going for the arm, putting Lessard in danger over and over again. This is what you want for in a title fight.
So we go into the fourth round here. Mitch Raposo, again, not fatigued at all. Mitch just gave me a nice wink. Very confident.
As he should be.
He knows he's up 3 rounds. John Lessard still not out of this fight. He's here to the end for sure.
Again, I can't reiterate how much I love the mutual respect. These guys are definitely bringing it. Lessard.
Yeah, Lessard should be trying to lower his stance, get ready to sprawl.
And I think he should get his back away from the cage and start trying to take the center. Not too aggressively,
kicks might
but
be
take
a bad
the center.
idea.
We saw the same approach from Florin Kachaku earlier. Lessard going for a takedown of his
Lessard
own. That's an interesting approach.
And there's the 2. Spin around.
For Mitch. Finds himself in another 3/4 mount, dominant position,
back
going for a neck.
Ooh.
Oh, Lessard recognizing it. See, I love the adjustments Mitch Raposo's made from his last fight. He is going for it. He's trying to finish Lessard. It's just you got one of the best flyweights in New England in John Lessard. He's not easy to finish. Ooh, I like the knees there. Nice creativity.
Always making stuff up.
Little bunny knees. I don't know why I called it a bunny knee.
Kind of a weird position here. John Lessard got that lockdown again. Ooh, he's looking for that sweep.
Dangerous in MMA because you could pin that arm down, and that's one less arm you have to defend against punches, but hey, no harm, no foul. He didn't get stuck in it. Nice hammer fist from Mitch. You know, the submission game hasn't been there. I'd like to see him posture up and land some good ground and pound. As I say that, he does it.
See some ground and pound, Mitch, huh? Working past again, back to full guard.
Full guard. Excellent job and resilience from John Lessard.
John Lessard.
Excellent smash pass. Just throws over the legs, gets into side control. Excellent job by Mitch Raposo. His passing, incredible.
This is just frustrating for, you know, if you're John Lessard. I mean, everything he does, Mitch just seems to be a step ahead.
Now, this is the kind of fight that people were expecting. Mitch Lessard dominating on the ground. But here's the thing about John Lessard. He might be getting demolished on the scorecards, but he's not out of the fight. It's not like he's disheartened or whatnot. He's always capable of getting out, trying to get back up, and every round that starts standing, he's ready to throw fire bombs with those hands.
Constantly moving. It's just Mitch is just one step ahead.
He just refuses to lose, does John Lessard. Truly impressed with his heart.
Yeah, he's really just going for it, but it's Mitch is just
a step ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. There's the mounts.
Big ground and pound for Mitch Raposo.
Trying to finish the fight here
in the fourth round. And he uses the ground and pound to flawlessly transition to the back with both hooks in. He relinquishes the hooks, and he tries to go for the arm again. 10 seconds left in the round. Big Mike Da Silva in the back.
Mike Da Silva calling for ground and pound.
The new fan of Mitch Raposo. That's 4 rounds in the books and 4 dominant rounds for Mitch Raposo as far as I'm concerned. John Lessard, look at the face on him, though. He's not disheartened. He's like, all right, I know I got to win this. And he's got to go for broke. He's got to go all out, completely swing away. Caution completely to the wind as Kerry and Cassie enter this cage for the final time for the preliminary action here at Cage Titans 38. Holding up round 5 is Cassie. Holding up the belt is Kerry. Yeah, Mitch Raposo, you know, he's been going for the finishes, but, you know, in a sense, he can go for broke, too. He can go for broke as well as he wants. I mean, he's down 5 rounds. The only thing you got to do is make sure you don't risk getting knocked out or submitted or anything. But if you're in a good controlling position and there's no real threat of being finished, go for broke. Take some big chances at the ground and pound. Take some bigger chances off of the submissions. Not to say he hasn't done that. He's looked flawless. I'm not critiquing him at all. Last fight, he was a little tentative in his finishing abilities. He's been going for finish after finish nonstop. The durability of John Lessard, though, has just been on point. So Lessard's got to go for broke. Mitch Raposo's got to keep what he's doing. We've only got 3 minutes left in this title fight, and it's been a great one so far. Brian Miner ready to get this 5th and final round underway. They touch gloves one more time
here for this flyweight title. And John Lessard has to go for broke. He needs that Hail Mary if he wants this title.
Exactly at that Hail Mary.
Raposo. Oh, there's a big head kick.
I like the no-switch lead head kick. He's thrown it a few times this fight. I like it. Nice right hand from Lessard. Can't sleep on him yet. Let's see if Mitch likes to let the hands go in this round.
Mitch moving a lot. Kind of remind me of TJ Dillashaw.
Inside leg kick for Lessard. Overhand right from Mitch. They both land. Oof. Brian Miner getting his workouts in tonight. A lot of movements in the fights that he's called.
You can and there's the double leg.
Well-timed duck under. And he scores a 2 every single round in this fight. Great timing on the takedowns, great efficiency, great technique. You can't say enough good things about just picture-perfect game planning of Mitch Raposo. He's got good elbow pressure right now, forearm pressure to the face of Lessard, who's doing a good job digging deep with that underhook. Raposo now trying to counter the underhook, trying to scoop the head there.
And he's talking to us.
Big punches. I can't hear him. I got the headset on. I don't know what you're saying. Finish the fight. He's throwing big punches to the body.
Keep fighting.
He's doing a great job. So, he's going for the neck. He's got it. He's got his hands clasped.
Oh,
that might be deep. Lessard's head is going, his face is going red.
Nope.
He survives again. The heart of John Lessard is unquestionable. Mitch Raposo back to mount. Flawless transitions. Good control. Looking for the ground and pound here again. Slides over to the other side. Big punch lands for Raposo. Finds himself in full mount again. This has been completely dominant for Mitch Raposo. He's been trying to finish this fight for every single minute. Thoroughly impressed with him. Big punches from the dominant position. Hammer fists. Both hooks. Going for finish after finish in 90 different ways.
Just moving him around, just doing whatever he wants to do. So dominant.
This is the best Mitch has ever looked.
Yeah,
and he's looked dominant in all of his fights. And he's taken it to another level in this fight.
And his cardio is unreal.
Big punches there. Some guys are just so tough to finish. John Lessard is that guy, so tough to finish. But just shy of actually scoring a finish, Mitch Raposo looks as good as I've seen any performance in Cage Titans. It's one of the best technical displays I've ever been able to call. Mitch Raposo was on top of it every single round of that fight, was going for finish after finish. Remarkable performance.
Said we motivated him.
And, he just told us that we motivated him for this fight. And you know what? He didn't get the finish, but who cares? He went for, I got to go back and watch this fight again. I'll count how many times that he went for a submission finish. There's at least 10 of them throughout that five rounds. Easily 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to getting the finish, who cares? He went for broke every single round, at least twice every single round. And just when you fight a bull like John Lessard, somebody who's been to the deep waters, someone who's motivated for him, knows he's the underdog, but still just refuses to tap at anything, refuses to accept a submission, refuses to accept dominant position. Some guys you just can't finish. Lessard was that guy tonight. Mitch Raposo looked remarkable, and there should be a new champion named Mitch Raposo. Absolutely stunning performance.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say?
Well,
I mean, you held this belt once. Come on.
You pretty much said it all. I mean, I don't know what to add.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, no, Mitch definitely looked amazing.
Yeah.
Man, hats off to John Lessard.
Totally.
I mean, so much heart. He was completely dominated for 5 rounds, but there was not an ounce of quit in him. He never stopped moving. He never stopped going for broke. I mean, shout out to that guy for stepping in there and taking on this kid. And, Mitch, again, bright future, only 19 years old. Who knows? What's next for him? I have no idea.
Harry Jones set to make this title fight official.
Our first title fight of the night, and what a matchup it was. Come on, give it up for these two. Five grueling rounds, and we took it down to the judges' table. And with scores across the board of 50-45, 50-45, and 50-44. We have your winner and the new Cage Titans Amateur Flyweight Champion. Give it up for Mitch Raposo.
It has finally been made official. There is a new champion, Mitch Raposo, undisputed at 125.
Absolutely.
I gotta get this on Snapchat.
Incredibly dominant. And he earned that belt just like that, 4-0.
John Lessard is as much of a warrior as I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I mean, seriously, this is one of the best divisions at the amateur ranks that Cage Titans has ever had. It's historically been one of the best divisions. But that does it for our preliminary show. Mitch Raposo